Hello guys, an interesting package has arrived for me today. This phone, it's a little bit worried at this point. Is there something better than it here? We will see in a moment. Let me just pause the video and cut this open. Inside that we have a box. This phone is really worried at this point. Let's continue. We are in. What do we have here? I'm going to take everything out. Just some papers. So, a micro USB to USB Type-C, another one of the same, some tempered protection glass. You might have an idea of the device at this point. And here, a case. So let's do this. ZUK. I'm not going to be able to open this with only one hand, so I will pause the video. Hopefully we are in. And here we have the gray ZUK Z1, made by Lenovo, under ZUK brand. So this is going to replace my aging S4 Mini. I had the S4 Mini for more than 2 years, almost 2.5 years, and it's still running good, but I need something with a bigger display, a little bit more memory, more powerful CPU. Fingerprint bonus. I'm not going to go over the specs because everybody can read the specs online. I'm just going to tell you how this feels. Hopefully I will not drop it. First impression, nice. I thought that it will be bigger, so I can't hold it with one hand, but you can see I don't have huge hands, but still pretty able to go almost on the whole screen. So this is awesome. And it's not extremely heavy. On the S4 Mini I have a Zero Lemon 5100 milliamp battery, because its original battery was crap, and it's even heavier than this ZUK. And from what I've read online, this ZUK has more screen on time than that one with the extended battery. So that is awesome. Let's put that on the side and see what else we have. Pretty nice box. So this is a SIM removal. This is the charger. Probably this is the cable. I will open them after I pause the video. Okay, we have some manuals here. We will of course not read those. Who reads manuals? I will put this aside. And the power plug, pretty big. It will charge, from what I've read, really fast. And the cable feels really good, pretty thick. I like it. That's about it for the box. It really feels quite premium. And this is coming from a phone that is cheaper than what I paid for my S4 Mini 2 something years ago. So that is good. Let's put this aside, and this of course, and everything we are not going to use at this point. And I'm going to try and peel this with one hand. Okay, that is off. Really nice feeling. But at this moment I will pause the video and put one of the tempered glass on this, because this is completely clean now. The tempered glass is on, and on video I will squeeze this out. Maybe you find this soothing like I do. I really have a good feeling pushing this out. The sad thing is that I don't have a good angle for this, but I'm sorry, I cannot do anything at this point. So this is perfectly finished now. It really has an awesome feel in the hand. I will just put on the case. The case is on. A very good fit. I really like it. Basically the phone is completely protected now. Let's just power it on. ZUK. I'm going to pause the video again until I do the initial settings, and then I will tell you the impression about the way it moves through the menus, at least. Okay, almost done. This is moving really well. I'm looking at it through the camera viewfinder, so yeah, I might do a few things wrong. What can I say? It's upgrading now all my apps, so basically it's copying everything from my other phone by itself. I just input the same account and agreed for it to copy all my data. So this will be a pretty easy migration to my new phone. Let us just test the unlock. Okay. Actually, I don't even know if I set it up to unlock via the... Yeah, most likely I didn't set it up to unlock via the, how you call it, fingerprint. Oh, actually, now I know. It will not unlock just by pressing. Yes. So basically you have to push on the button. That is working pretty good. So guys, for me this phone is awesome. I wanted a phone with a huge battery, pretty big screen, lots of internal storage. I don't care that I cannot use a SD card. I hate SD cards on phones. I want everything in one location. Dual SIM. So, yeah, what do you want more? The screen is very good. It responds really fast. From what I found online, the camera app is pretty crap, so I will search for a better camera app for photo and video. And apart from that, guys, I'm really happy with this phone. So I can't tell you a lot more about it, because I will learn in the next days, weeks, months. So it's better. This is what I had to say until now. It's better for you to ask me in the comments everything you want to know about this phone as time goes by and I use it more and more. I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to use the S4 Mini again, but I'm going to give it to my father, because with that huge battery it will probably last for him for about a week. So he will be happy with that. And I got an awesome replacement phone. So yeah, this has tons of interesting new things on it that I will check out in the next days. Okay guys, in theory the video was ready to be uploaded, but yeah, I decided to take this phone for a test drive a few days and tell you a little bit more about it, because I really like it and I would buy it again without hesitation. So I've made a list of things that I want to share with you, and yeah, the first one, the battery life is really good. With a little bit over 3 hours, and at that point I was at 55%. And with the first charge, in the end I got almost 7 hours, and I just plugged it in and what it was charging. So almost 7 hours of screen on time. Not gaming, don't think about CPU intensive stuff or GPU intensive stuff, but web browsing, YouTube videos, music, I don't know, stuff like that. Watching pictures, I don't know, playing with the phone in general. So yeah, and the speed, it has really good Wi-Fi reception, but weirdly enough, always the download speed is lower than the upload speed. And this is not because of my router, because this also happens on 4G. So I don't have a clue why that is what it is, but they are still great speeds, so yeah, couldn't really be bothered to search for a reason. It's I don't know, at the limit of what you can use with one hand. Maybe you can see that I'm stretching a little bit, but yeah, still manageable. But with my left hand, yeah, hardly. Really, it's really hard to use it. So yeah, what else? It has a notification light. Basically, I found on the internet many people were saying that it does not. Well, let me assure you, it does. Display and lights. And here you have battery light, notification light. It's the same LEDs, but with this, when you go under a certain percentage of battery, it will start blinking the color that you set, and when you start charging the phone, it can go through three different colors. So you just look at the phone and you know if it's almost charged or fully charged. So that is pretty nice. Yeah, really hard to do it with one hand. And the notification light, sorry, went into the wrong menu again. I'm looking through the camera, so yeah, that's pretty uncomfortable. Basically, you can change lots of things. The color, you can see it now, it's set to white for missed calls, and how long is the delay, how long is the flash itself, endless possibilities. And for message also, apps will be able to use this notification. Any app that knows to display notifications can use it. So yeah, that's great. Another thing that I had to do, I changed the LCD density, the DPI, because the everything on the menu was too big. So these icons, the writing between them, everything was big. So I wanted a little bit more space, and lowered that DPI from 480 to 400. And this also makes you able to use Google Carboard, because with 480 you see a double image. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, it has great screen color changing. Basically, it has a mode where during the day the screen has a more bluish tint. it's a little bit colder colors, and at night it will be yellowish tint, so it's very easy on your eyes when you look at the phone at night. I have that on and it is awesome. This phone is extremely responsive even when doing updates in the background or anything. I hardly see any stutters or lags, so great. It has tons of customization possibilities, but you already know that because Cyanogen mod always has those. And it's quite bright, this screen. You can see that my camera is basically compensating by lowering the brightness. You can see when I put it in the image, it's lowering the brightness. Yeah, the fingerprint reader is great. Let me just use double tap to close this and then read it. It's really fast. Basically, you don't wait at all for it. I've got extremely used to it and I never use unlock codes. But when you are registering your fingers, do not push it just like this. Put your finger in different orientations so it will learn your whole fingerprint, not just the middle of it. Because this is not a round button, so it sees a lot of your fingerprint, so you have to move your finger around. No need to put it 180 degrees because it allows for rotate. Let me just show you. Now I'm rotated. Unlocked. Sometimes you have to raise your finger and put it again. This happens when you have moisture on your fingers, and my hands are moist almost all the time. This is me, and that happens, but that is not a fault of the reader itself. When my hands are completely dry, it works beautifully. So yeah, that is that. Let us get to the next one. Yeah, another thing that this phone can do, and I don't know if any other one will. When you go to 100% battery charge, it will stop using the battery. Basically, the battery is completely disconnected and the phone runs directly from the charger. Other phones still stop charging, stop using the charger and start using the battery, and until it will go to 90%, then they start charging it again. But they do not show you that thing. As long as you have the charger plugged in, you think that you have 100% battery, but I don't know. Maybe you took the phone once or twice from the charger and it dropped really fast to 95%, 93%, I don't know exactly. Well, that's the reason. The battery in reality was not at 100%. This phone keeps it for real at 100% because when it reaches 100, it will stop using it and run directly from the charger. So that is pretty awesome. Yeah, another great thing, it allows me to take photos even with low battery. My Samsung did not allow me. And from what I know, all Samsungs do not allow you to take photos or video when you have low battery. Why would you do that? Maybe the last thing that I want to do is take a photo and then the phone can shut down. I don't care, but I want to take that photo. That choice should be mine. Well, this allows you to take photos until 1%, almost 0%, so no problems there. It works very nice with Google Carboard. Although the resolution is not great with Google Carboard, you should have more than Full HD at 5.5 inches, but it's still pretty nice, and you can play some games, watch some 3D stuff, so yeah, it works nice. And if you want to use it, I made a QR code for the Google Carboard that I have, and it will be displayed at the end of the video, so you can scan that if you cannot use it with your cardboard. Maybe it will work for you, but if you have a different size cardboard, maybe it will not, but I will put it there, maybe you are lucky. So yeah, another thing that I want to tell you, the original app for taking pictures and video is complete crap. First, I was extremely disappointed of the quality of the video. The pictures were decent, but the video was complete and utter crap. Then I searched a little bit online, and many people were telling that you should install another app. So I went and installed a very basic one, Google Camera, and recording of video and taking photos was completely changed, and actually it's doing very well. It's making about the same quality as my S4 Mini, and I was really pleased with the quality from the S4 Mini for the 2.5 years that I've used it. So good camera on this phone, and it is optically stabilized, so pretty nice videos in the end. Another thing that I want to tell you, I bought this protection, this glass protection, tempered glass, but it is not, it does not have an oleophobic coating on it. So basically, I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but it will catch a lot of fingerprints. But I found that on eBay and Amazon you can buy kits, so you basically put a few drops on this tempered glass, spread them around and let it dry, put a few drops again. You do this several times and you have an oleophobic coating on your glass and almost no more fingerprints. So I will do that, but that is not from the phone, that is from the glass that I put on. And this protection that I bought for it seems to be just a tiny bit loose on the edges and a little bit too thin for my liking. I would have liked a little bit more protection, but that again is from this case, not from the phone itself. But I'm telling you, if you plan to buy this together like I did. The flash on the back seems to be just a little bit lower powered than the one on the S4 Mini, but it is still decent enough. You can do your thing with it. And I'm not sure about this at the moment. Basically, let me just unlock this. When you use this flashlight that is built in, it seems to me that it is not 100% brightness from that LED flashlight. So basically Google Camera, when it's taking videos and using that LED, is outputting more light. So maybe with a third-party app you can get the maximum brightness out of this. I'm not sure about this 100% yet. I will investigate more. Okay, the light sensor is very good. So basically I've put my phone with this setting and it's on auto, and it has the ideal brightness in every situation that I have encountered and until now, for me at least. Maybe you like it somewhere else, but sometimes it will react a little bit slower. But I have a hunch that this is intentional. Basically it's a feature. So when you go from very fast from well lit areas to lower light areas, it will not try to hunt by itself for the ideal brightness. It will do it a little bit slower. For me, At first it was weird because the S4 Mini did it instantly almost, but then I got used to it and I don't notice it that much. So yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to tell you about it. Something that I'm not quite sure why it is not working. I have set in the menu to prevent accident. Basically you can wake it up by double tapping, but it has an option when you have something on the proximity sensor. It should not work double tapping, but it does, even if my finger is directly on the proximity sensor. Hopefully here is the proximity sensor and it is not somewhere else, because then I'm wrong and I'm sorry about that. But if the sensor is here like I'm thinking, this prevent does not work. But I put my phone in my pocket with the screen up, so it will not be close to the skin, so most likely it will not wake by itself in my pocket. So that is not really a problem. Come on. Yeah. So let me just think about what else. Okay, the camera has a narrower field of view than what I'm used to. Basically, it allows for less to be put in the picture. On I don't know how to tell you. On this direction. Basically, even up and down, but all around you can take less in the picture, so you have to be further away from your subject to take the same as I would with my S4 Mini and with my pocket camera, for example. I don't know why they went this way with the camera, but yeah, it is what it is. Of course that my camera's card just filled up 10 seconds before finishing the video, but yeah, what can you do? So let's continue. Basically, in the end, this is not a perfect phone, but for me it is the best variant, the best phone. If you are thinking why I keep comparing it to the S4 Mini, it's because I could not compare it to a phone that I did not use intensively, and because this basically is the same price like the S4 Mini was when I bought it. So it feels normal for me to compare to similarly priced phones, and basically even the CPU is similar, but that was 2 cores, this is 4 cores. Yeah, if you would check the specs from this and S4 Mini, it would make sense to you why am I comparing them. And yeah, that's about it. And for the battery life, I'm thinking I will usually get anywhere between 5 and 7 hours of screen on, and I don't know, a day of really intensive use, 2 days of lower than moderate use, and in the weekend, probably when I'm not using it almost at all, I don't know, 3 days, something like that. From Friday afternoon to Monday morning, most likely without any issues, it will not shut down. So this has been it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video useful. If so, give it a like, subscribe for future similar videos for other products, and ask whatever you need in the comments, and if I know the answer, I will do my best to clear it out for you. So see you in the next one, and